So this painting was sold for almost $90 million in 2012. Now, take a look at it for a second. A few splashes of paint, some simple lines, nothing that immediately screams $90 million. I know what you're thinking. Wait, that's it. I could paint something like that while I'm booking. And to be honest, a lot of people have the same reaction. But the thing is, there were people who actually cared about this painting so much that they were willing to spend tens of millions of dollars to own it. Humans have this strange habit of paying huge amounts of money for things they find valuable or fascinating. And that's the exact thing that behavioral economics tries to understand. Yup, EcoBek. Now, let me start this video by asking you this simple question. If you go to a store and buy a bowl of water, your favorite snack, or your daily groceries, do you feel like you're losing money? Probably not. Well, which is a little weird if you think about it, because in the previous videos we learned about something that's called loss aversion. The idea that people hate losing things that belong to them. So why don't we feel terrible every time we spend our money? Behavioral economics has this explanation called no loss in buying hypothesis. The idea is very simple. Before we make the purchase, our brain mentally subtracts the price from our bank account. Because you have already imagined losing the money, buying a new thing doesn't feel painful anymore. And after that, your brain chooses between two things. Do I want this product, or do I want to keep my money? Okay, now you might ask this question, but what about the expensive things we rarely buy once every few years? For example, a car, a house, or a luxury watch, or even the painting that's almost worth $90 million. To understand that, I was studying in a library. It was really quiet. The only sounds were keyboards clicking and page turning. And suddenly, someone walked past my table. I looked up. It was a beautiful girl. For a moment, I completely forgot about what I was reading and why I was here. I thought, wow, she's gorgeous. Then, as I was staring at her, my phone slipped out of my hand. Crack! Its display smashed against the floor. My heart dropped. I was screaming in top of my lungs, no, no, no. I picked up my phone and saw that the screen was smashed. The display was broken. The timing couldn't be worse because recently I had applied for a job and was waiting for an important call. Now I knew that I needed a new phone. So I started looking online and saw that the newest iPhone model was on sale. But there was a problem. It was expensive. Way more expensive than I was willing to spend. So a few days later, I asked my friend for advice. He laughed and said, "You simpleton. iPhones keep their value pretty well. If you don't need it in a couple of years, you can always sell it." I paused. I thought, wow, that's a really different way of looking at it. Suddenly, I wasn't thinking about spending all of my money. I was thinking about storing some of my money in an iPhone. So, I bought it. I bought a new iPhone. Yeah. Okay, this story was in the past, but did you notice what happened here? Because I felt comfortable that iPhone is going to keep its value in the future and I can sell it, buying a new phone wasn't really painful for me. And that happens with expensive things like cars, houses, and the paintings that's worth $90 million. Because collectors, when they see the painting, they don't always see the colors on the canvas. They see the history. They see cultural significance. They see art's contribution to the society. And most importantly, they believe that that painting is going to keep its value in the future and they can sell it for even more years later. Yeah, I think that was all that I wanted to tell today. And Just like always, exercise your brains in the gym called library. Have a nice day.